It's time to get started. So we are going to need 2 blankets or 1 blanket and a pillow, 2 blocks, and a strap. And if you don't have those things, we can always modify. But if you have them, those are helpful. And everybody is muted, so I'm going to go ahead and plug in the mic. All right, can you guys still hear me? Yes? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna head back to the mat. We're gonna start in a supported gentle chest opener today. So what I did was I took 1 blanket and I made it into a trifold. So it's like about 1/3 of the size folded up. And that's going to go under your spine. And then at the top of that, you could use a square pillow or another folded blanket, and you're going to put that up at the top for your head. So it makes like a letter T. Okay. And then we're going to come back and recline over that. If you want, you can put something under your knees too. We won't be here really long, but just a little bit of time. And we're going to lengthen as we come down. So press into your hands and lengthen your spine. And then the pillow, let's put it only under your head, not under your shoulders. Feet could be flat, or you could extend your legs. You could also maybe do a bound angle if you prefer. Now I'm going to come up and you guys can just settle into that. So I'll give you a few moments for everyone to get settled. So we are working on a mindful approach to Warrior 3 today. And one of the important things is to work on the strength of our upper spine. So initially here, not necessarily strengthening, but allowing a little bit of opening across the collarbones, across the shoulders, because when we try to balance in a Warrior 3, if our spine rounds, that's really going to make it a lot harder for us to be in that position. So allow a little time here to settle. This practice was inspired by something my teacher always says. He's been saying this a lot lately. He says, turn off your external devices and tune into your internal devices. So I'm calling this practice airplane mode because when we take our devices and we put them on airplane mode, we're not getting those signals from the outside. So when we put ourselves in airplane mode, we kind of can tune out the rest of the world and just focus on being right here in this moment with your breath. And sometimes when our own person is not on airplane mode, we're just tuning into all those outside frequencies. We're not tuning into what's coming from within. So perhaps our own inner voice, our own inner wisdom, our intuition. Take some nice, slow, soft belly breaths. It's going to be a time to work harder in this practice. But for now, just allowing a softening and a tuning inward. And our challenge will be, can we keep this inner focus? Can we keep tuned into our inner device, even as the practice gets moving and gets more challenging? I'm going to take about maybe 30 more seconds here. I also saw this little quote. It was on an advertisement for yoga jewelry, but I thought it was so perfect for what we're doing today. So this quote everything changes when you start to emit your own frequency rather than absorbing the frequencies around you. When you start imprinting your intention on the universe rather than receiving an imprint from existence. I'm really getting into studying frequencies lately. There's a lot of really cool stuff out there. Already thinking ahead to kind of February, we're going to do a frequency of love practice. But this is all about kind of noticing what frequencies we're tuned into. Frequencies of like fear and anger and hatred, it's very low vibration quality. Where things like joy and happiness and peace are very high vibration qualities. And we can observe that in sound. On Spotify, they're doing a lot of things now, different playlists of hertz. So you can look up a different hertz. There's a frequency of love, there's a frequency for peace, all these kinds of things. So we can dive into that if it's of interest. Okay, so from here, you can go ahead and bend your knees if your legs are out straight. You're going to stay up on these props with the feet flat and take your feet about max distance apart. Take your arms out to a T now if they're not. And we're going to windshield wiper the legs side to side. As you windshield wiper the legs, start to turn your head in the opposite direction. Take a couple more cycles here. And go ahead and come back to the center, walk those feet back in. And we're going to roll to the side and go ahead and come on up into a seated posture. So feel free to sit on something if that's more comfortable for you. And we're going to start cross legs. And we'll sit up nice and tall. So a couple things we'll be working on today: upper body strength in the upper back, a little bit of core strength, and the arm positions I think are really important as well in Warrior 3. So we'll work on shoulders a bit. So we're going to take our arms out wide. So we'll call these airplane arms today. And we're going to just really reach out through the fingertips, spread wide through your fingertips. We're just going to go side to side a moment. So reach over to your right. That's it. And then reach over to your left. We also get a little side waist action here as we're doing that. Good. Okay, come back to the center. Now we're going to do a little bit of an arm rotation. So we're going to turn the arms so that the thumbs roll back toward the wall behind you. Just feel like a little kind of squeezing through the shoulder blades. And then turn the thumbs down and the shoulders start to round a little bit. Try not to collapse too much, but go back and forth. Let's inhale the arms back. You might even feel a little bit of a back bend starting. And then exhale, roll the arms down, shoulders roll forward. And you can round a little bit, but don't collapse completely. So one more cycle. Good. Back to the start. Let's inhale, reach those arms up. Interlace the palms, press the palms up, lengthen your side body. And then release hands to the ground behind you, push into the ground, have a little back bend here. And as you come into that back bend, can you feel the upper spinal muscles contract inward? Keep the back of the neck long, even as you maybe take the gaze up. And then release. Switch your legs. Take those arms out to a T again. And this time we're going to do one arm internal, one arm external. So take your right arm, roll it to the back plane. And take your front arm, roll it forward, and then reach to the right a little bit. So we put it together. Good, and then flip. So now left arm's external, right arm's internal. Let yourself reach over to that other side a little bit. And we're gonna go side to side. You feel like you're just getting this nice wringing out action into the shoulders, into the back muscles. And just turning one arm external rotation, one arm internal as we reach. One more time each side. Good, and then let's inhale, reach those arms up again, interlace the palms, press up. Lengthen your spine. And release, we'll come into that back bend one more time. Hands behind you, push into the ground, lift your chest. Using those spinal muscles, contract them inward. And then release. Good. Okay, bring those feet out in front of you. If you're on a prop, it might be nice to take it out. So we're just gonna kind of windshield wiper a little bit here. So take those knees side to side. Good, and then back to the center, feet flat. Reach your arms forward. Press your feet into the ground, try to get your upper spine to move into your body. Maybe even squeeze the legs gently towards each other. Now try to take your arms out to those airplane arms. Good, reach, 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 arms out wide. And then bring your arms forward. Lift your right leg off the ground. You can stay bent or you can straighten it. Try to use those back muscles and then arms out wide. Inhale, keep lifting your chest, reach through your arms. Use your quad. Exhale, arms back in, release the leg. Other side, extend that left leg. Flex the foot if the leg is straight, and then try to get your upper spine to move in. And then inhale those arms out wide. Reach through the fingers, lift your chest, and then release. Foot down, arms down. Bring your hands behind you, reverse tabletop position, press through your palms, open your collarbones, lifting the hips if you like to go a little bit farther. Really press through the palms and use the arms. Good, release, back down. Arms forward again, lift your chest. Extend that right leg out in front of you again. This time, inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to twist to the right. So if you can maybe touch your foot with your hand. If not, you're just going to reach. If you can hold your foot. You could grab a strap if you want as well. We won't be here long. Inhale, lift up through the chest, upper spine in. Exhale, back to center. Release your arms, but keep your leg up. And then foot down. Good, other side. Upper spine in, go ahead and reach that leg forward, left leg. Inhale, and as you exhale, twist. Option to hold that foot. As you inhale, try to get your upper spine to move in. Open up wide through the arms. And then as you inhale back to center, keep the leg up if you can. And then release. Good. Hold behind the backs of your legs. Hold that upper spine in, collarbones broad. And then lean back. See if you can find your Navasana. Bring your feet up. Legs can stay bent. Or extend those legs out. You can keep holding on. But focus on pulling the upper spine in. Some of you might reach your arms forward. Listen to your body. It's early in the practice. One more breath. Or like we did last week, you can stay here, you can release your feet down, or try a low boat. Balancing on your sacrum, reach through your legs, squeeze the legs together. And then slowly coming up. Good, and then release your hands. We're gonna come around into tabletop position. We're gonna need one block. And you're going to take the block between your inner thighs. This hugging in action is also very beneficial for working on our balance. So we'll squeeze that block between the inner thighs, take an inhale, and exhale, round your spine. Give a good squeeze, spread your shoulder blades apart now. And then as you inhale, arch, looking up. Get the spine to move in. Take a few cycles on your own. Let's do 3 more rounds. And see if you can come back to tuning in to the internal devices. So time and time again through our practice, we can just bring that awareness back in. And 2 more. Now on this next one, I want you to hold cow, which is the arched gaze. So we're going to start to take the gaze up, press into your palms, and we're going to press down into the palms and kind of squeegee them open a little bit, which gives us that external rotation. Keep a little tone in your belly so you're not dropping all the way into your lower back, but now let that upper spine sink inward. The belly is a boundary, so we don't go too far. Keep pushing through your palms. Use those upper back muscles. And then release back to neutral. Set the block to the side. And we'll move back into child's pose. If you can, take arms forward. As you send your hip creases and your sit bones back, and you walk your fingers forward any amount more to lengthen your side body. Now with your forehead on the ground, come up onto your fingertips. So we used to call those cupcake hands. So imagine there's a cupcake under your hands. You don't want to squish it. And then from here, inhale, lift your head off the ground, but don't lift your chin. See if you can use your upper back muscles. And then exhale back down. Let the palms come down. Come back up. Inhale back onto those cupcake hands. Lift your arm bones, lift your elbows, lift your head, but don't lift the chin. Now we'll see if we can take the right hand off the ground and turn the palm up. External rotation. Really reach through that arm. Send your sit bones back. And then release that palm back to cupcake fingers. Other hand lifts off the ground. Turn your palm up. And then release everything back down. And then next inhale, we're back into our tabletop position. Grab your 2 blocks. And we're going to put our hands on the blocks. And come into a tabletop position with your hands on the blocks. So it's not quite a tabletop. It's almost like a child's pose table hybrid. And we're going to pause there for a moment, pressing the palms into the blocks, lifting your chest. Turn your inner elbow creases up and firm your outer arms. Let your head come right between your arms. One more breath. Good, and then slowly release, hands back down. And we're going to come down onto our bellies. Have those blocks still right in front of you. Oops, stuff out of my way there. Okay, so similar to what we just did, put your hands up on your blocks. Reach back through your big toes. Press your feet into the ground. Lift your kneecaps, engage your legs. Pull your tailbone toward the ground, and then we're going to press into the palms, lift the chest, lift the head. Spiral your inner elbow creases up a little bit, and hold. One more breath. And then release, stack your hands, put your forehead down on your hands. We're going to work with that one more time. When you're ready, hands up on the blocks. Reach back through your legs, especially your big toes. Press into the blocks, lift your chest. Pull the tailbone down. And try not to kink your neck here too much. Chin is in. Now, take that right arm out to the side like airplane arms. Press into your left palm. A little asymmetrical locust. Bring the other hand back. Don't lose your height in your chest. Other side. Arm out to the side. Press to that palm. Tailbone moves down. And back to the center. Keep the height in your chest. Chin is in. Now both arms out to the side. Lift them, lift from the shoulder blades, lift your palms. And back to the blocks. Lift your chest one more time. And release. Nice work, guys. Give a little wiggle to your lower back. Maybe windshield wiper the feet and shins. Slide your blocks forward. You don't need them right now. And we're going to come into Sphinx posture. Prop up on your forearms. We'll line up elbows under shoulders, wrists in line with elbows. Press in your palms and lift your chest up. Chin level with the floor. And then we're going to pull the arms toward your toes isometrically and pull your chest forward. Get those upper back muscles to engage. I'm going to hold here for 2 more breaths. Now we're going to stay in it. I know that was a little tricky. We're staying in it. We're going to try and lift the feet up off the ground now. Keep the inner thighs gently drawing towards each other. Keep pulling your arms towards your knees, pulling your heart forward, engaging those upper back muscles. Now we're using a little bit of hamstring, which is also important for our warrior 3. One more breath cycle here. And then release, shins down, come all the way down, give that little wiggle to your lower back again. Windshield wipers if you like. All right, back up into our Sphinx posture. Doing our rolling Sphinx for the core now. As you inhale, pull forward through your chest. Pull your arms towards your toes. As you exhale, we're going to start to round the spine. Drop your chin, pull your chest back, navel back, hips back, so you're just on the tops of your knees. And then tuck your tailbone under you as you push through your arms. And then release from the hips down. Pelvis, hips, navel, and then pull the chest forward. Do that 2 more cycles. So we inhale forward, and then exhale, we start to round, push into the arms. Once you get to the knees, really tuck that tailbone under and push through your palms. When you're ready, you can release down, and we've got 1 more cycle. Good, and then rest down. Take another moment, wiggle it out. All right, hands back by your chest, back into tabletop. And if you've got blankets down, you can go ahead and take those off. We're going to be now moving into some standing work. Keep your blocks at the top of your mat. We're going to be using those a lot today. And then let's go ahead and make our way to our first downward facing dog. A lot of back strengthening there. So now we're going to just start to move a little bit. Find your dog and just kind of pedal it out a little bit, and one knee, the other. Let your hips move. take a couple of moments to find your dog. Even here, have a sense of those inner elbow creases spiraling a little forward to get those arms slightly externally rotated. And then on your next inhale, let's go ahead and come forward into a plank pose. Top of a push-up. And then move back to your dog. So I'm going to just do two more of those, just like that, nice and easy. Plank pose, very good preparation for a warrior three. So now hold your plank, push through your palms, spiral those palms a little bit externally and push down. Take it back to your dog one more time. And then from here, go ahead, walk it forward, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, arms reach all the way out and up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Couple stirring Navasana. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, folding over your legs. Inhale to lengthen. Step back, plank pose, top of a push-up. Hold your plank for a moment. Find those actions of pushing through your palms, externally rotating. Tailbone draws down and lengthens. And then all the way down. Inhale, Cobra, using those upper spine muscles, draw them in. And downward facing dog. Hold here for another breath. Back to that internal device. And then walking hands forward, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, hands to your heart. And let's go again on your own. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, folding forward over your legs. Inhale to your halfway lift. Step back, plank pose, top of a push-up. Lower down as you're ready. Inhale, Cobra. Use the upper spine muscles. Pull those hands back and slightly apart. And downward facing dog. Good. As you're ready, big inhale. Exhale, step or lightly jump. Top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. And now inhale to halfway lift, stay there, hands on your thighs, little bend. Stick your inner thighs back behind you to lengthen your low back, tone the low abdomen, and then fly the arms out to your airplane arms. Press those feet into the ground, tuck your chin, and lengthen the back of your neck. So stay there, try not to look up. When we lift our chin, that throws off the spinal alignment. One more breath. And as you exhale, fold over your legs. Very good. All right, inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold again. And then inhale, arms reach out and up. Exhale, hands to your hearts. Adding on now. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to your halfway lift. Step back, plank pose. Take your vinyasa. You want to go through an up dog, you can start to move toward an up dog. Still thinking about that upper spine, moving in, meeting in downward facing dog. Okay, on your next inhale, sweep the right leg straight up behind you. We're going to bend the knee and squeeze the heel in toward the glute. We started working on that last week. And then keep that as you come forward into a plank. Press through your palms. Keep that hamstring curl, lift the thigh bone. and then try to extend that leg. So using your hamstring, and then push back, downward facing dog. Lift that leg high, and then we're going to step through and come into warrior one. Spin your back heel down, bend deeply into your front knee, and inhale the arms up. Good. Okay, so we're going to go through those kind of arm variations here. We're going to inhale, reach up as high as you can. Exhale, hinge forward, sweep the arms out to the side into the airplane arms. Inhale, come up. Exhale, airplane arms. On the third round, we're going to hold it. Inhale up. Exhale, airplane arms, hold it. Press through your front foot and kind of squeegee that foot into the ground. It helps keep that outer hip in. Tuck your chin and lengthen through the crown of your head as you reach through those arms. Upper spine should be in. And then inhale, we're going to come all the way back up, warrior one. Good. Exhale, forward. This time, palms sweep behind you. Chin in. Palms are facing down. Inhale up. Exhale. Palms face down. One more time and hold it. Inhale up. Exhale, hold it. Palms down. Squeegee that front foot in. Sit bone comes right behind your ankle. Chin tucks. Now, pull your fingertips and the crown of the head away from each other, lengthening your neck. And then inhale, we come up. Exhale, hands down, step back, down dog, optional vinyasa if you'd like to take one. All right, we're going to do that on the other side. We're going to change it up a bit. Inhale, left leg sweeps up high, hamstring curl. Curl that heel in towards your glute. Keep it there and shift into plank. Push through your palms and then slowly extend that leg using that hamstring and then push back, down dog split. Step through, warrior one. Good. All right, hold it here. We're going to sweep to those airplane arms again. Inhale, reach as high as you can out of your lower back. Exhale, airplane arms. This time out to the side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Inhale up. Holding it on the third round. Stay here. Use those back muscles, chin pulls in, sit bone behind the ankle. Good, inhale, back up, warrior one. So last time we did arms behind, this time arms are gonna go forward. If it's too much on your back, you can stick with arms behind, okay? So inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward. Two more like that, and we hold. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Back leg is going to be nice and strong. Keep grounded into that back heel. Last time. Hold in here on whatever angle works for you. Squeegee that front foot. Tuck your chin. Lengthen through the crown of your head. And then inhale, we come up. Exhale, hands down, vinyasa or right to down dog, your choice, guys. If you need a child's pose anytime, know that that is also available and an option. Once you're in your dog, take an extra breath cycle if you're doing vinyasa. When you're ready, step or lightly jump top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale to your heart. Take your time. Okay, I'm going to grab the strap. Work a little bit more with the back. So we're going to take the strap behind the back and just hold it with your palms facing up toward the ceiling. And that gets those arms more in that externally rotated position. So first, just standing in mountain pose, just a slight bend in your knees and pull the strap apart. Feel that opening across your chest. Try not to lock the elbows. Yeah, if you don't have a yoga belt, you can always use like a belt from your closet or a scarf. All of those that work as well. You can also clasp your hands, but I would like to do it with the strap if we can, because it gives a little more spaciousness here, and we tend to lock our elbow joints when we clasp. Okay, inhale here, and as you exhale, bend your knees like chair pose, and start to bring your belly onto your thighs. Tuck your chin, lengthen the crown of the head, reach your arms and your head away from each other, and pull on that strap. If you want to go farther, straighten your legs and fold forward. Once you're in that fold, lift the shoulder heads, reach your hands toward the sky and your head toward the ground. Good, push through your feet, rise all the way up. Good, and then just set that strap to the side of your mat. We're going to use it now in Locust Pose. So let's inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to your halfway lift. Step back, plank pose. And lower all the way down. You have blocks there, you can set them off to the side for now. And then we're going to grab that strap again, take it behind our back, and hold the strap between your hands, palms up. Forehead can go down for a moment. I'm going to keep mine up so I can easily talk to you guys. Okay, reach back through your big toes. Engage your knees, lifting them off the ground. Pull your tailbone into the ground. Lift your shoulder heads first, then your forehead. Try not to lift your chin. Then pull the strap away from your bottom. Pull on that strap. Maybe float the legs up now, lifting a little higher. Keep pulling on the strap, rolling those upper arm bones. Use your upper back muscles. Good, release. Set the strap to the side and pause. Maybe wiggle the lower back out again. Good, and then go ahead and grab your two blocks and bring them alongside your body. And we're going to put our hands under the two blocks so that you're holding the blocks in your palms. Palms are up, forehead down. Okay, lift the shoulder heads first. Then lift your blocks with your palms. Lift the head, don't lift the chin. Maybe lift those legs and squeeze the legs together. Much harder when you have cork blocks in your hands. And release. You can turn your head to one side for a moment. And we're going to bring one of those blocks in front of us. Put it on a flat setting between your two palms and stretch that block forward away from you. Okay, press into the block, lift your head and chest, lift your legs. Squeeze the legs together, and then maybe lift that block off the ground. Tailbone pulls down toward the ground. Lengthen the back of the neck. And release. Pause, wiggle it out. I think child's pose is well deserved now. Let's go ahead and move back. If you need any release before you do that, feel free. We'll take a few moments here, tuning back into that internal device. Just feeling the frequency of being on the ground. So when it comes to kind of dealing with devices, they tend to unground us because the frequency is not of the earth, of the natural world, man-made, right? So we put our feet on the ground, put our bodies on the ground, when we're in nature, that can help mitigate the effects of those frequencies. All right, we're going to go through our Warrior One flow once again. We're going to change it up this time. Blocks need to be at the top of the mat if they're not there. Downward facing dog when you are ready. Inhale, right leg up. Bend that knee, hamstring curl. Plank pose. Straighten the leg. Down dog split, lift up. Warrior One, sweep through, back heel spins down, arms reach. And so this time we're going to alternate between a Warrior One position and a pyramid position with the legs. It's going to be more challenging on our back. So again, you can make your choices. If arms forward is too much, stick with one of the other options. So starting in Warrior One, we're going to inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, push in your front foot, straighten that front leg. Pause there and kind of feel like you're externally rotating your foot into the ground. That little squeegee helps firm that outer hip in. Good. And then bend that knee again. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten that front leg, push to that foot, find airplane arms and hinge forward. Keep that squeegee action in that front foot, tuck your chin. Bend the knee, inhale, come up, Warrior One. Exhale, straighten that leg, arms out, airplane. Good, inhale, arms up. This time, exhale, arms come behind you, turn the palms up and pretend you're trying to lift those blocks. Tuck your chin and keep that squeegee action in the front foot. Good. Inhale up. Bend that knee. Warrior One. Exhale. Hands behind. You can go as far as you'd like here. If you want, you can start to fold deeper. Inhale up. Warrior One. This time, arms in front. Straighten the front leg. Reach forward. Pretend you're holding that block between your hands so the arms are strong. And then inhale, come up, Warrior One. Good. This time, exhale, hands down, find your blocks. Spin onto the ball of the back foot. Walk your blocks a little forward, come into Warrior Three. Lift that back leg off the ground. Move back a little bit. Okay. Press through your palms, spiral the inner elbow creases forward, finding external rotation. Hug your inner thighs, tone belly. And then from here, your left leg should be behind you, then your right arm can reach forward. And let's turn that palm up to externally rotate. Keep the standing hip firming in, last breath. And then release, hand down, foot down, fold forward. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, let's do that on side two. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway. Take your vinyasa, or you could go right to dog. You have that option. Let's do that hamstring curl plank. Inhale, left leg sweeps up when you're ready. Take your time. Hamstring curl, and then shift into your plank. Try to straighten that leg slowly with control. Down dog split. Take it up. Good. Step it through. Warrior one. Good. Arms reach up as you're ready. Then we'll go through those same options with that pyramid flow. So inhale, reach high. And as you exhale, straighten the front leg. Arms reach out to the side. Find all those actions that we've been working on. Inhale up. Exhale. Straighten that leg. Try not to lock the knee. Inhale up. Exhale, arms to the back, palms up. Press imaginary blocks up as you reach through your head. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms to the back. Inhale, reach up. And now we reach forward. Straighten that front leg, arms reach forward. Chin tucks in. Inhale, coming up, bend that knee one more time. Exhale, coming forward. As far as you like here, you can go a little deeper if you wish. And then inhale, back up, warrior one. And we'll bring hands to blocks. Okay, shift forward, wrist it onto the ball of that back foot. Find your warrior three. Blocks are right under your shoulders. Spin the elbow creases. Hug an imaginary block between your inner thighs. And then if right leg is back, left arm is coming forward, palm up. That palm up gives a little more external rotation, helps keep us from sinking. One more breath. And when you're ready, release, foot down, arm down, fold forward. Let's take a couple extra breaths there. You could hold opposite elbows or big toes. We're going to go through that flow one more time with a few changes. So give yourself a little break. If you've got opposite elbows, give a switch. Stay with it. When you're ready to, either pressing up or rolling up, use your leg muscles. Come up to stand. Take a pause. Draw awareness back in. All right, one more time through. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Vinyasa if you like, or right to your downward facing dog. Okay, when you're ready, inhale, right leg straight up behind you. This time, let's go right through to warrior one. Spin that back heel down, arms reach. Good. And then from here, let's go through one time, airplane arms out to the side. Inhale up. Keep the leg bent now. Arms sweep back. Inhale up. Coming straight forward. Inhale up. And then this time we're going to bring hands to hips, straighten the front leg, and set up for pyramid. Squeeze those outer hips in, hip creases are facing forward. And then option here to clasp your hands behind your back. Now, if that's too much, you can knock your fists together. You can also hold opposite wrists or elbows. Clasping is an option. Keep those shoulder heads back. Okay, pause here. Press into your front foot, especially the big toe mound. Find a little external rotation in the leg bone. And then as you exhale, hinging forward, you might bring a slight bend in that knee. Maybe belly to thigh, maybe stay halfway. Maybe fold in, let the chin tuck. And possibly lift those arms away from your lower back. Keep swinging that front hip in towards center. Good. Release, bend your front knee. Inhale, warrior one. Good. Exhale, hands to blocks. Shift into your warrior three, that back leg lifting. Find your balance. Hug into center, tone your belly. Have a slight bend in that knee. And then option to reach that arm forward, out to the side or to the back. An option to have both arms coming up. Okay, so if you want, you can take both arms back, both arms to the side, or both arms forward. So do what challenges you today. Holding wherever you are, another breath or two. Yeah, so don't worry if you can't quite get both arms up. Just work with what you can. Better to be stable and still internally focused than to try and go too far. When you're ready, release that foot down. Fold over your legs. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to your heart. We've got one more side to go, guys. Almost done with the hard work. So inhale, arms reach when you're ready. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway. Take your vinyasa or go right to your dog. We will rest after this last sequence. Meeting in down dog as you are ready. Inhale, left leg straight up, sweep it right through to warrior one. So anchor into your back heel from your back thigh. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, out to the side. Use those shoulder blades. Inhale, up. Exhale to the back, palms up. Lift those imaginary blocks. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward. As far as you like. Inhale, up. Hands to hips. Step that back foot in a little bit and we'll straighten both legs. Preparing for our pyramid variation, your choice of arm positions. You can always also use the blocks. I forgot to say that, but I think most of you guys like to challenge a little bit. So clasp your hands opposite, thumb on top if you're working with the clasp, or any other hand position here. Push forward into that front foot, especially pressing into the big toe mound. Feel that tone in your calf muscle. Inhale here, open the collarbone, shoulders back. Exhale, hinge forward. Slight bend in that front knee as you fold. You can stay part way, you can fold over that leg or inside the leg. Keep sending inner thighs back. Maybe lift those hands off your lower back. Chin is tucking in, crown of the head lengthens. Good, and then slowly start to rise back up to your warrior one. Using your back, press the ground away. And then hands down, warrior three. So shift those blocks a little forward. Float that right leg up. Okay, finding your balance here first, toning your belly, hug your imaginary block between your inner thighs. Everything we've done has prepared us for this moment. And then option, opposite arm can reach forward, to the side, to the back. Maybe you get both of those arms off the blocks. Yeah, nice job, guys. Look at you guys go. When you're ready, you can release and fold over your legs. Very good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, arms reach all the way out and up. Exhale, hands to your heart. And let's take a couple of breaths in mountain pose. You can keep hands at your heart or at your side. Tune into the frequency of the ground again, pressing into the ground with your feet. Slow breath, slowing it down. So we're going to transition to some floor work. Let's inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale to your halfway lift. Step back, you could go right to dog. If you feel like one last vinyasa, feel free to take it. We're going to pause in a child's pose when you're ready. Let's take 3 more breaths in your child's pose. After your 3rd breath, we're going to come up into the seated posture. So feel free to sit on a prop. We're going to have the legs out straight. Have your strap nearby. You might want it. Some of you might not need it or even want to use it. Okay, we're going to bend the right knee. Set that foot flat, hug it with your hands. And then we're going to cross it over and come into a twist. Kind of squeeze the shin and leg together, pull on your palms, lift your chest, keep that upper spine action. Left hand can continue to hold, right arm reaches up. Inhale, lengthen up, try to touch the sky, and then twist, opening up to your right. Push down in your right palm to help lift your chest. If you want to go farther, you can find the elbow hook. That works for you. You could press the elbow and the leg into each other if you're taking that version. Now, as you inhale, root into the ground, lengthen up through the spine, through the crown of the head. And have a sense of pulling your right ribs back, left ribs forward. And keep head in line with the chest, or you can look back or even forward. Decide on what head position feels good. One more breath. As you inhale back to the center, uncross the leg. Keep the knee bent. Bring your left palm to the ground. Inhale, reach your right arm up, up, up. Even let the right sit bone lift a little bit. And then reach forward and see if you can grab onto your foot, your ankle, or your shin. Good. And then we're going to push into that back palm. Lift your chest again. Pull your spine forward. And then as you exhale, maybe fold in a little more. Reaching your heart, excuse me, toward your toes. Some of you can find a bind here. So you would take your right arm, wrap it around your right leg, and your left arm reaches behind you. Maybe you can clasp your hands here's where some of you might choose to have the belt again. So for me, my arms are not quite long enough to get that clasp without hurting myself. But using a strap, you could pull on the strap, which will open your collarbones, and then you could fold forward. Remember, the chin is in. We're not sticking our chin out. And keep reaching through the crown of the head. Keep opening collarbones, pulling on strap, or just opening the shoulders. Okay, slowly let go of your strap if you have it. Tone your belly and carefully let go coming up. And then we'll switch out. Okay, so we're going to bend that left knee, cross it over. Really hug the shins, sit up tall. The more we root down, the more we can rise up. Right hand continues to hold. Inhale, left arm touches the ceiling. And come into your twist. Push that left hand into the ground to help you lift and lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, turning into the twist. This time, left rib cage pulls back, right rib cage wraps around. Keep trying to open the collarbones. Holding it here, another breath. Side on your head position. Next inhale, we're back to the center. Uncross the leg. Okay, right hand comes down, left arm reaches up. Inhale, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, reach forward, hold if you can. You can hold on to ankle, shin, wherever you can, or the foot. And then let's push into the backhand. Inhale, lift up again. Exhale and fold. And again, you might find the bind if you like. So grab the strap if you want to go for it. Certainly could just do the fold part without the bind. Then as I pull on the strap, it helps open the chest, and I might be able to get a little more length to fold. All right, slowly starting to root down, tone your belly, let go of the strap, and we'll come up, legs out. So I think after all of that back work, it would be really nice to take a softer forward fold, one where we're not kind of striving the whole time, but letting ourselves soften. So I'm going to say take a blanket under the backs of your knees. And have a little bit of a wider position rather than all the way close together. Also, sitting up on something would be helpful here to make it a little softer on your hamstrings. And then pull the sit bones back behind you and slightly apart, and that'll facilitate the tip of your pelvis. Let's at least start with some length though. Let's inhale the arms up. And then as you exhale, hinge at your hips. Try to keep a straight spine as long as you can. And then find a place that feels really natural to rest your hands. You could let your head go. If your blocks are available and you're close enough, you could do this with your head on the block, which is nice. So that would be nice and pacifying for the head. Facilitates that inner focus. But if the blocks feel like it's too much to get there, then just let your head relax. And let's stay here for a little bit longer. A little easier, I think, in these forward folds to find that inner device. So listening within. Got one more minute here, so let yourself relax, soften, relax the tongue in the mouth, let the breath be soft. You've worked hard. Now allow this sense of letting go. As you continue to breathe, maybe noticing where you might feel the breath in your tissues. Can you feel the breath in different lines of fascia? And if there is a lot of resistance, can you allow the breath to be even softer? All right, we're gonna very slowly start to come out. So use your hands almost kind of like you're walking them up your legs. So we're not really yanking on those back muscles. Come up and pause when you get to the top. And let your body readjust to being vertical. Okay, so from here, we're going to find our Shavasana. We'll do a couple finishing things on the ground. So we might want to set it up with a pillow for your head and some support for your lower back. That warrior three can really be challenging on our lower back. So I'm going to put my blocks down head to head with a blanket on top to give a little bit of support for the lower back. And if you want, have something else to put over your body, cover up with. But before Shavasana, let's come down and do a knee hug. Rock a little bit side to side, maybe make some circles. All of that work on the lower back. The warrior three can be challenging. So give that lower back a little bit of self-care before you try and relax in Shavasana. Come back to center for a moment, and let's move right knee forward, left knee in, and then switch. It's kind of slow motion back and forth with those knees. Just help loosen anything up in that lower back. And then back to center, take the knees apart, and then circle back in. So now circle those knees away from center, back to center. Reverse, go the other way. And then hug in one more time. If you want to move into happy baby, go ahead and do so. When you're in your happy baby, try and keep a neutral spine here. So try not to round into the lower back so much. Keep the tailbone heavy. And then finding Shavasana in your own time. When you are ready. Give you guys a couple moments to settle there. So again, supporting the head, supporting backs of knees, a little weight on the abdomen might feel nice. Cover up if you're cold. And starting to allow everything to relax into the ground. tuning into that frequency of the ground once again. So let your own biorhythms, your own frequency, kind of connect with that frequency of the earth, which is slower, more stable, more grounding, calming. Tune into a very soft breath. Tune into what is within. Notice internal sensations, internal movement of the breath. Soften from the inside out. And start to get really subtle in your awareness of your diaphragm as it slowly moves up and down. Imagine that the diaphragm itself is really soft, like fabric of a parachute. Since we're talking about airplane mode today, that's a good image to use. So diaphragm, super soft. Soften in the tissues around your lower rib cage, lower abdomen. And as the body releases into gravity, almost like it's a free fall, know that you're held safe, supported by the ground. So much so that you allow the body to get softer, lighter. Almost like your body itself becomes that fabric of the parachute. And as you inhale, almost feel a slight lifting of that fabric of your body away from the ground, almost like a floating sensation. And as you exhale, it softly settles. Then exhale out really slowly. And try that for a few more cycles, just to lift on the inhale of the tissues. It just is a sense of everything lifting with a slight draft of air underneath that parachute. And then as you exhale, there's a settling, a softening, a releasing. One more cycle like that. And then just letting everything go. Take another minute or so here. All right, taking your time now, let's return to awareness and just noticing the effects of your practice. This tuning to our inner devices. Tuning out all the noise of the world and just being here, yourself on your mat for this time. When you're ready, moving in slower motion, start to gently move fingers, toes, maybe a little reaching through one leg and the other, maybe let your head roll. So start some soft fluid movements. And when it feels right, you could start to move a little bit more, stretch it out. Eventually, you can come over onto your side, whichever side feels right for you today, and take a pause. After you've been on your side for a few moments, go ahead and make your way up. Come into a seated posture of your choosing. We're going to sit for another minute or so. So once you are seated, find the tops of your sit bones. Let them drop into the ground. Lift the back of the skull, finding a nice tall spine. And then slight drop of your chin, either the eyes are closed or a soft focal point. If it's comfortable, let's turn the palms up. So you feel that same soft receptivity that you felt in Shavasana. Like the palms are that soft parachute fabric. Keep tuning into that inner device. Some say that is our connection to the divine. So you might even imagine that the spine through the crown of the head is sort of this antenna that connects us to our own innate wisdom, our connection to the divine. But at the same time, grounded, sit bones dropping. Keep all of the facial features relaxed and soft. Just tuning into that frequency of peace and harmony and balance. All right, let's go ahead, bring hands together in front of the heart space. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, bowing your head to your heart. Thank you, everyone. Namaste.